Hi, this is Dr. Grande. I hope you find this video useful. If that's the case, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Hello Cindy, how you doing today?
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
I know last time we talked about the fear of driving that you have.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about some of the feelings behind it. I know those were strong for you, that fear.
Yes, yes.
And we worked through some of that, and I appreciate you spending that time with me and trying to figure some of those things out. Today I'd like to take a little bit of a different direction and work out some steps that you can take that will kind of move you closer to your goal of being able to drive without being afraid. Right, so you think of like a hierarchy of activities that we're going to rate from barely distressing to highly distressing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The idea is that once we get all of these rated, I'm going to use a system of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most stressful. Once we get these rated, as the weeks go by, we're going to see if you can engage in some of these behaviors, starting at the 1, 1 and 2, and moving up and maybe getting to 9 or 10.
Okay.
So I want to talk about some different behaviors that you can do surrounding walking up to your car, touching the car, sitting in the car, that get stressful, that cause you to have that fearful reaction. Mm-hmm. And as we go through them, just rate them from 1, low stress, something you could probably do right now, to 10, which would be extremely scary.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you have any questions about it as we go, just feel free to ask and I'll clear it up. I know it's a little bit different than what we've been doing usually.
Right.
All right. So I know that even talking about this could be a little stressful. So if anything happens where it gets too much, just let me know and we'll stop for a little while, and when you feel comfortable, we'll start again.
Okay.
All right? Does that sound okay? So can you think of any activities involving a car that right off the bat you kind of know where they are on the scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I can see it. Just kind of looking at it.
Like out of the window?
Yeah, out of the window of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bother me too much.
So that's like a 1?
I would say it's a 1.
1, okay. So looking at the car.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me. And when I go out with getting the mail and stuff, I have to walk by it.
Okay.
So it's like a 1, 2.
Walking by it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So walking by the car, you would say a 1 or 2?
Well, I don't walk close to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of walk on the grass to get to the mailbox, but that distance I feel okay.
Okay, that's more like a 1?
Like a 1.
Okay. How about walking a bit closer to it?
A few times I've had to get closer to it when my kids will be playing and the ball go under or close near it. That's like a 3 or
That's
4.
a 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so walking close to the car.
Yeah.
That's a 3.
Mm-hmm.
How about reaching out and touching it?
I would say that's probably like a 5.
That's a 5?
Yeah.
Is that any different if instead of just touching it, you're grabbing the door handle and opening the door?
Yeah.
It's different?
Yeah.
What would that be?
Because I feel like I know I'm gonna get in.
Mm-hmm.
So that I'd give that like a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's really scary for you.
Yeah.
How about sitting in the car, in the driver's seat?
Probably 7, leaning more towards an 8. Yeah.
Okay. That's the driver's side, so 7 or 8.
Yeah.
How about sitting on the passenger side?
That's not too bad. I can do that. Probably about like a 7.
That's a 7?
Yeah.
So that's still
In the area.
fairly
yeah.
stressful, yeah.
Yeah.
And how about opening the passenger door? Opening the door on the driver's side, that's a 7.
Yeah.
How about the passenger door?
Probably about a 6 because I know I won't have to be in control of driving it. Yeah.
Okay. So driver door 7, passenger door 6.
Yeah.
All right. How about on the driver's side, starting the car?
That's a 9.
That's a 9?
I know what happens next.
All right, so that's really getting close to the
Kind of
top.
up there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's really
I
that's
can hear
really scary.
everything. Yeah.
Mhm. You can hear the engine.
Turning it on and
Mhm.
yeah.
Have you ever started a car and just backed it up the driveway? Or just put it in gear?
Not for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for a while.
Do you know where that would rate?
Probably still with that 9.
Still the 9?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now you've told me this before, like you drive to work. You drive through your neighborhood for a little bit when you used to drive to work, and then on the interstate for a little bit, on the highway.
Yeah, yeah.
So how about driving just in the neighborhood?
That would probably be about I think like an 8, because I'd still be having to move the car and be in control of where it goes and everything.
So that would be lower than starting it.
But I feel safe in my neighborhood.
You feel safer?
Yeah, because that's the way I take on my bike when I go to work and everything.
Okay. So from starting the car, that's a 9. Driving it is still pretty distressing, but it's a little bit lower.
Yeah, because I know which ways I can go
Mm-hmm.
and be the least amount of traffic or least amount of people walking and everything to get through.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about driving it on the highway?
Oh, that's definitely a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a 10.
So that's pretty much the worst it gets, driving on the highway.
Yeah, yes, especially at night or early morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's extreme. Yeah.
So the daytime, not quite as bad as night.
On the highway, still bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so many things that can happen. But the night is probably worse for me.
Okay. So we have quite a few activities: putting the car in gear, starting the car, driving on the highway, driving the neighborhood, all 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, like all really stressful.
Right.
On the lower side, we have walking up to the car, touching the car, a little less stressful. How about grabbing the keys?
It's on the same key chain as my house key.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like a 3.
That's a 3?
Yeah, because I have to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
To get in and out.
How about if you're not going to be driving the car, but you see someone else start it?
Am I in it, or I'm watching them through the window?
You could be watching them through the window.
Probably about like a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
What's more stressful for you? being a passenger or being a driver?
Driving, definitely.
Driving's definitely worse.
Yeah. I struggle with both, really, but definitely driving. It's a lot of factors.
That's a lot more stressful.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Can you think of any other activities with the car that would present a level of distress for you? Anything else that you do with it? Any other way you have to deal with it, like opening the trunk, opening the hood, anything like that?
Definitely driving on the highway in traffic is hard. Yeah.
So like at night in traffic would be the worst.
Yeah. Even when it's like, since it's winter, it's getting darker around like 5 and 6.
Mhm.
It's usually the time I'm on my way home. And so having to maneuver through traffic it's a 10. It's definitely about a 10. If it could be over, I'd push it over.
It would be okay.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
All right. So that really
Yeah.
that's really causing you stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really fearful.
Yeah. And that's kind of the rush hour with everyone getting home. So that's really hard.
You mentioned when we talked before that you have this car, but there's also like a large SUV that on occasion you drive.
Mm-hmm.
How does operating that vehicle or interacting with that vehicle rate compared to the car?
Well, I definitely feel safer in the SUV because I have more around me. With the car, I see everything around, and I can people, I feel like they're closer and more can happen with the car. But with the SUV, I feel protected more because it has
safer.
more room. Yeah.
Mm.
It definitely has more room, more around it. I'm higher up, so I can see ahead more, as well as I can see behind me better than I would with a car. And our car it's really short and small car, so we barely have trunk space in the back. So anything could happen; it could just crunch us. So I think with the SUV, it's a lot more room, and it's a lot more protecting me.
So would you say for a number of the ratings that we've done here for the car, that you would be 1 or 2 points lower for an SUV?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much anything you could do with the car, you're going to feel a little bit better about doing that with the
Yeah.
SUV.
Yeah. Because just the setup of an SUV feels safer to me. I feel like I can get in and I have so much around me that can stop me from, if an accident was to happen, it would hit those areas first before it would get to me. Yeah. So I definitely think it would be lower.
It'd be a lower level of distress.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we have broken down enough levels where we can work from 1 to 10 without making any large jumps. Okay? So what I'd like to do to kind of get things started before next session is to have you attempt a couple of the ones. So we had 2, looking at the car and walking kind of by the car.
So closer? A little closer, or?
Well, for the one, you're a good distance from it.
Okay. Okay.
So looking at the car from your house through the window, and then walking kind of past it but not being too close to it.
Okay.
Those are 2 activities that you rated as a 1. Do you still feel like they're 1s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely could see myself doing that.
So let's start with just those 2 activities, looking at it
Okay.
and then walking by it but leaving a fair distance.
Okay.
And record kind of how that felt, what your thoughts were as you did it, what the outcome was.
Okay. And
Right.
I'm doing this in the daytime, right?
You can do the daytime.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I want to start at the lowest level of stress.
Okay.
All right. So that seems like it would be not particularly stressful compared to the other activities.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I can definitely do that because, like I said, I mean, I have to go get the mail, and I have to walk past it to go into work and everything. So I definitely think I could try those things.
Okay, well that makes sense to you. Let's start with those two. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
And we'll talk about moving up the hierarchy for other activities, but for now, just stick with those at the one level.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll see you again in a week, and we'll reevaluate it.
Sounds good.